Time now to talk winners and losers on Wall Street. We've got Rob Black joining us this morning. Rob, where it looks like the markets are all in the green, despite the fact that, oil still well above $100 a barrel. So I don't even know how to interpret it anymore. I feel like Wall Street's just detached to oil prices now. They kind of moved on, although I think there's another shoe that's going to drop at some point. We're seeing gas prices just skyrocket.
Yeah, so markets are working well because of operating margins. There are record levels in the United States. So, 20% margins is better than 18% margins is the idea. We're about 2% higher than we were last year. Yeah. So that's why we're higher. Record earnings is why we're higher. But you're right. At some point in time, oil is going to become more inflationary. Right now, it's hitting lower incomes. More on that in a minute. Caterpillar had a great quarter. They're up 9% today. Kind of a boring old company that just happens to do generators, which just happens to be a big need for AI data centers. So you are seeing some losers today. Microsoft's down 5%, Meta's down 9%. Their spending on CapEx is starting to freak out some investors. Even though their revenues are growing, their free cash flow is really, really tight right now. So the S&P 500 for the month of April up 9%. What a stunning month and what a reversal from March.
Wow. All right, so let's dig a little deeper into those gas prices because we've actually got Will Tran out there live for us this morning talking about, they've been spiking all over. In fact, I think there's only maybe Solano County and maybe Santa Clara County that are still just shy of the $6 mark, but every other county, the average price is above $6 and continuing to climb. It's rough.
That's right. So the national is at about $4.30. That's about 40% higher than it was in February before the war. San Francisco, I saw $6.17 this morning. Brent crude was up to $114 in the last week. It's up 25%. So we're going to see $4.50 national average probably by the end of next week. Now, I did some math because I'm the money guy. The average household in the United States uses about 90 gallons a week. So due to the higher prices since February, that's an extra $110 a month for the average family. Annually, that is $1,300 a year. It is really hitting the lower income. Like I said earlier, the bottom 20% of earners in the United States, they're now spending about 10% of their income on gas. So it's hurting. We're going to see higher groceries, higher airline tickets, more expensive shipping. So anything that you get on Amazon is going to be more. They're going to have to raise the price. It's going to become infectious, and no one sees this coming down for at least 6 months, which takes us to the end of the year. Gas prices can go down a little bit from here, but it's going to take a while after the Strait reopens. It's going to take 3 to 6 months to get oil really flowing.
I'm telling you, there's a jet fuel crisis coming. We're about to see airline stocks getting hit hard when flights have to start getting canceled because they just don't have the fuel to fly these planes around. I don't know. That's a discussion for another time. I know. Going down the rabbit hole on that one. But, hey, this next story actually could be perfect timing for Tesla because diesel prices are going through the roof. That impacts transportation costs with big rigs having to fill up, putting like $1,000 into the tank. But they've got their new electric semis rolling off the production lines now, like in quantity.
Yeah, quantity of one. So it's not robust. They want to get up to 50,000 units annually. Yeah. Which, it's a nice number because they're going to cost $290,000 is the expectation. You can do the math on that. The semis will save 40 to 70% in fuel costs, but they only have a range of about 500 miles, which isn't adequate to completely take over the trucking industry. So there'll be some short routes that can work really, really well in, but many long truck routes are considerably longer. So it's the first semi. It's nice to see it come off the production line. 50,000 units expected, and I think that's a feather in the hat for Tesla, whose stock is down about 20% year to date.
Yeah. All right, let's at least end on a positive note. Let's talk about the Sphere. It was a gamble. Nobody knew if it was going to be successful. What kind of programming would you put in it? But you know what? It looks like it's been pretty popular.
And there's even an investment angle that's even more popular. Ticker symbol is SPHR. I didn't really follow the stock, and I looked it up, and it's up 381% in the last year. The Sphere itself is the highest grossing arena in the world. They've had, obviously, a lot of new technology that went into it, but artists like Phish and the Eagles, Kenny Chesney, U2, Backstreet Boys, they're selling out shows. And during the day, they're running Wizard of Oz or some Animal Planet type videos. And they're awesome. $200 for the Wizard of Oz. You know, it's pulled another $200+ million in Second Life, if you will.
Yeah.
But 3 years ago, it looked like a disaster. $3.2 billion to build, over budget, behind schedule. But this year, they got No Doubt, Metallica, Corinne Lewis, and another one opening up in DC soon, as well as Abu Dhabi.
Wow, I wonder what other movie they'll pull out of the archive and turn into a Sphere experience. We'll have to wait and see.
I hear the Matrix is on the way.
Oh my, that would be amazing. All right,
Star Wars. Come on, James.
yeah,
you can find some good ones for us.
Anything
nerds.
where you could be completely immersed in. Okay, that'd be pretty cool. All right, I get it. Rob, thank you as always. We're going to chat with Rob again next week, so get a hold of him there at his contact info at the bottom of the screen, and we'll chat with him about what you want him to talk about.